So last night it popped up in my YouTube feed, a YouTuber that's a life coach, and the subject was forgiveness. And the life coach was explaining that the forgiveness is pretty much about you, about your self healing, about your self worth. And there's a lot to be said about that. I'm certainly not going to argue that, but it really is a very personal perspective. So, naturally, not being one to hold back, I'm going to give my own personal perspective and what I think about in my situation about forgiveness. Never going to happen again. Um, for a lot of you that know my story, know that I went through this grandiose, naive phase of thinking that I could forgive, thinking that, boy, I'm getting older, and what's going to happen if I don't forgive? Am I going to die bitter? Or what's going to happen again if I don't forgive and it eats me up inside and makes me sick? Does that make me a bad person if I don't forget? So I went through this or these revelations of should I or should I not forgive? And before I reestablished contact, I made the decision after that to forgive. And I then reestablished contact. Now, I don't want anyone to confuse forgiveness with reestablishing contact because if you find it in your personal view to forgive, that doesn't mean you have to reestablish contact. That means that you're doing it for yourself, your own health, your own peace of mind. It's what you believe. But for me, what I went through is I forgave and then I reestablished contact. What I did for me is I had given forgiveness and I literally somehow pushed years upon years upon years of massive abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, being trafficked, um, degraded, embarrassed, triangulated. I put all that off to the side after I forgave because I didn't want to have that bitterness inside me. And I reestablished contact. And a lot of you, again, who have been on this channel know that that forgiveness or that recontacting nearly, literally, killed me in a very bad depression. Um, so I'll say this about the forgiveness, and you take this as you seem fit, and throw the rest away. That I will never, ever, ever forgive what was done to me again. Never. I'll never make that mistake. I will never, now knowing what I know, forgive somebody who knowingly did what they did to me. I will never forgive somebody again who knowingly, consciously did what they did to her children or her family by taking the family farm, suing, and taking everything away from her aunt's children when this aunt had Alzheimer's. I will never forgive again because here it is. Not forgiving is not making me any more unhealthy. Uh, I found that forgiveness, in my case, never allowed me to become more healthy or a better human or more at peace. It just allowed me to put kind of on the back shelf a little bit more of what happened because I forgave. Again, I'll repeat this 1,000 times if I have to. This is my personal perspective, but I will never forgive. And for anyone who thinks that the narcissist gets better or that they will accept your forgiveness if you decide to tell them that you forgave, or as they age will will mellow with that age, if anyone thinks that, I'm going to tell you this: you're certainly wrong. And I don't like to throw my stuff out there on you and say, you're wrong, this is right, and this is wrong. But I will tell you, for anyone thinks that a narcissist will mellow with age or will become self aware and all of a sudden correct the error of their ways, no, that's not going to happen. So you've got to look inside yourself and say, am I going to stifle my own progress, my own journey, my own mental health because I did not forgive? That's something that you have to really, really think about. Again, my personal perspective is I did that once, it nearly killed me. I now see how these individuals, or this particular person in my case, is in no way worthy of any forgiveness at all. It'd be exactly like forgiving Satan himself and then shaking his hand. Uh, Never going to happen to me. And for me, not forgiving keeps me sharp, keeps me alert. And I'm going to go forward now with a lot more videos. In my previous video that you see, or I hope it uploads before this one, uh, where I'm going to go with this channel in the direction. And that is going to be constantly reminding you how much better no contact is. And it's going to be constantly reminding you that no matter how bad things seem right now, you're going to get through this. I'm living proof. Please have this peace in the knowledge that the forgiveness is your personal choice. But I want you to have especially the peace in knowing that if you don't forgive, if you hold on to that little piece of memory and anger, it's okay too. I've survived it. It's actually helping me. Thank you.